All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're at the Chase Fieldhouse here in Wilmington, Delaware, as you're watching the preview series live right here on YouTube. RDPLEX Films, the final game for the class of 2028's 2A and Duke's Elite. 2A took down BBL in the last game. There's Sam Kelleher, a long pole, 77 in blue, scoring his first goal here of the day here in transition. An early 1-0 lead for 2A, just as I was recapping it. 2A knocked off BBL in the last game we just wrapped up. Final score, I have it right here, 12-7 2A. And then BBL took down Dukes, though, in the first game for the class of 2028. I think that was a 10-4 finish. If I look over at my sheet, it was. Yes. 10-4 finish. So Dukes now, well rested, looking for hopefully a better showing here against 2A here in this one. I'll get your score updated. 1-0 2A leads as we're just over a minute through our first quarter.
If I'm not mistaken, Duke's looking for their first win on the day.
I believe so. If I think back, I got all my score sheets are all laid out behind us. But yeah, no, absolutely. And there's another one here for 2A. This time it's Owen Moret, scored a goal in the last game. Now second goal here this afternoon gives 2A a 2-0 lead.
Take a look at this replay. Off the pass. Just giving him too much space to step into his shots.
I like that little skip into it too. I like that little skip into it and then a little split dodge at the end. It was nice there by Owen Moret. Yes. I'll introduce our coaches here real quick. For 2A, Vin DiGregorio, as well as David Earl. David Earl being the founder of 2A lacrosse. And then as for Duke's Elite, it's Rick Smith. Mike Murphy is one of the assistants, as well as Rob Forster. Rob Forster, director of Duke's lacrosse. He's LaSalle College High School assistant coach. His father is the head coach. And then Mike Murphy, a big name in the lacrosse world, Penn State defensive coordinator, former Whipsnakes defensive coordinator of the PLL, multiple-time PLL champ. Was head coach at the Hill School for a long time as well as stops at Colgate, and Army. Great steal, Sam Kelleher. In this game, I mean, he was flashing everywhere in the first game as well, but in this game already, a goal, and essentially stole that one away. He'll hand it off for Doherty. And now here's Fournier.
4 goals in the last game for Fournier.
Yep, and his skip pass across the field off the mark. Yeah, for Fournier, 4 goals there in that first game against BBL. For his first 3 goals of the first half, we'd have a name for him. He was a late add-on, so he wasn't even on the roster. I know we had some guys for Dukes, for instance. I have a couple guys, they came to me this morning and today with, hey, like we have different guys wearing different numbers and whatnot. But for 2A, this was just a complete add-on to the roster as that ball goes up and over Fournier's head. Unforced turnover, and Dukes will take over here and look to clear along our near sideline.
Good spin.
Yeah, nice job there. That was Blair, Logan Blair. One more pass, and the shot from Mason Smith was just off the mark. Looks like it might have got deflected as well on its way there, but it was off the mark along our near pipe. 2A will now look to clear. It's McGinty. Had 2 goals in the first game. Colton Berge behind. He'll play it to the far wing. This is Austin Tuttle at a hat trick. And I believe called for a ward here. And a quick turnover. Duke's heading the other way. This is Logan Blair, 41 in white. Sporting a red Suderton area helmet with that white stripe down the middle. He's working against Ebbett Straub. Played behind for Connor Mulligan. And a nice save there by Tooney. Gabe Ryan will initiate from behind the goal. Draws the matchup of 23. That's Luca Bartolotta, and then the quick slide from Sam Kelleher ended up knocking the ball loose. Unsettled situation though there. That was 94 Talon Fry. And a whistle. Officials back up Gabe Ryan out of the restraining box, and we'll restart play. Here's Blair. Matched up against Parker Barris. Blair looking for help. Behind the cage. And this is Connor Mulligan, or excuse me, Talon Fry, wearing 94, not 44. He'll hand it off for Mason Ellis. Ellis, one of the only players of all the 2028s. I believe it was him and Evan Kang. Evan Kang for BBL, who just finished up their day. And, excuse me, where's his name go? Mason Ellis. Mason Ellis for Springfield. Was told he was a contributing player last season on their state championship season, their run there. As for Evan Kong, scored a goal in the non-public A quarterfinal for Don Bosco. The two 2028s that had big contributions at the varsity levels for their respective high schools there this past spring when they were freshmen. We got a flag down. It's too many men against Dukes. They got 7 white jerseys on their defensive half, not including their goalie, so it will be a flag down. Penalty upcoming. Unless Two-Way has something to say about it and gets a goal in the back of the net. Here's Parker Barris. Some tough contact. Trying to get to the middle of the field.
Wow.
Does shuttle shot. And it beats Mikey DePetris. What a job there by Barris. Doing it all himself. And the shuffle shot at the end of it. And that gives 2A a 3-0 lead as we hit the 4:30 mark.
Take a look at this replay. Really doing all of it, starting from behind the net. Absorbs the contact. More contact. And then backhand.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Zach. Great look there for Barris. And I'm slacking here. Let me add a goal here. 3-0 Two-Way over Dukes. Whistle on the face-off. It's going to go against Two-Way. This is Freedom McCray looking for help. He's able to find it. Now Two-Way able to get the ball back behind the goal. Quickly, Two-Way, and a great trail check from behind as Garrett Barub was trying to get a shot off. Stick was in his right hand. We'll recover and get back defensively. So we got 3 minutes left to play here in our first quarter. Two-Way a 3-0 lead. As Dominic Charlesworth will get across midfield. Now controlled by Mason Becker, 1 in white. Up at midfield, he'll hand it off for Charlesworth. Dodge to his right. Quickly came that double team. That was Drew Beard, number 22 in blue. Skip pass did not find its intended target. We have a push called against, I believe, Will Motland, number 88 in blue. As it was Talon Fry crashing towards the cage, and Motland essentially took him out. We'll watch it on the YouTube stream below. So we start play here, coming up on 2 minutes left to play in our first quarter. And what's been a back and forth here in this one. Duke's trying to get their first goal across. Nice jab step there by Mason Ellis. Gets it back to Mason Becker, and his sidearm righty shot sizzles high up and over the crossbar.
Just over the crossbar, too.
It was a good look. Here's Mason Smith. Punches it out for Becker. Now Mason Ellis. Mason Smith to Mason Becker. And now Mason Ellis. Jab step to his right. Jump shot with the stick in his right hand, and it got knocked down on its way to goal. And then some contact there along the end line. And it's going to be a delay of game called against two-way. Or called against Dukes, Two-way possession along their own end line. McGinty with a spin move around Fry. On the cage for Berge. And now it is, let's see if he turns, it might still be Berge here, 6 in blue.
14.
Now Moret 14, yep, thank you. For Fournier. Skip pass in front, didn't find its intended target, however, Doherty able to collect. His right-handed shot saved by DePetros. And Moret will keep the ball in play. It was on its way out of play, but rather than the backup, he'll keep it in play. Here's Fournier. Pass in front, finds Moret. Right-handed shot off the mark, almost took the head off Colton Berge. And that's going to wrap it up here for our first quarter. Two-way, a 3-0 lead after 12 minutes of action. Don't go anywhere. Quarter number 2 on its way next. You're watching the preview series live right here from Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back for quarter number 2 here between Two-Way and Dukes. Class of 2028 is going at it. This will be the third and final game for the class of 2028. As BBL took down Dukes, and then Two-Way took down BBL in the previous 2 games. Great job there. That was Liam Doherty, Archbishop Stepanak sophomore, doing it all himself after Two-Way scooped up the loose ball on the face-off. And just no white jersey slid to him there. You'll see it again right here. Doherty with the spin move on his defender. That's Colin Murphy. And just hesitate, slide, no slide, and
Goalie went down before the ball came out.
yeah, I mean, as a goalie, you got to do your best sometimes to guess.
Of course.
Yeah. Just hoping, and defensively, we got to get a slide there. Got to get a body on him. As again, here comes Doherty, trying to maybe add a second one. Quick pass for Tuttle, and one more for Topor, and his jump shot off the mark. And Dukes will win the run out to the end line, and that's where they'll kickstart this next possession. Isaac Barone starts at number 67, finds Freedom McCray, number 61. Takes a hit up around the helmet. However, no flag there. One more pass, shot off the mark. That was off the stick of Mason Ellis. Talon Fry with the backup. Mason Ellis on the far wing takes a pick from Mason Becker. And now will retreat outside the restraining box. He's matched up with Luca Bartolotta. Ellis, a Springfield High School sophomore, had some action with varsity in his freshman year. Shot off the mark, however, right there is Mason Smith. Ball back on the ground. Smith looking for it. Also looking forward and grabbing that loose ball is Max Marshner, Brunswick School sophomore, and a spin move on Smith down around goal or around the end line, His pass up towards midfield controlled and then punched forward, and the ball on the stick of Christopher Horner. Now Tuttle back to Horner. as two-way allows for a pull to get back across midfield. That was Kelleher. That'll allow Owen Moret to check in for two-way. Here's Fournier. Duke's defender loses his stick, goes and retrieves. Fournier skips into one, and a left-handed shot, sidearm shot off the mark. And DePetris will kickstart it from his defensive third. Petras running out of time. Defender there as well. Long pass downfield. Finds Dominic Charlesworth, and Charlesworth takes it all the way. How about an assist for the goalie, Mikey DePetris, as Dominic Charlesworth scores his second goal, or excuse me, his second goal of the afternoon, first goal here in this game. Now a 3-1 lead, or 4-1 lead, excuse me.
We'll come back to that replay shortly.
Or two-way. Loose ball along our near sideline, more like a bouncing ball. Duke's able to control in their defensive end. And the ball loose right in front of the substitution box. And the ball to play will be two-way possession. And it will be James McGinty, sophomore at the Brunswick School. He will start and now have the ball back in his stick. 7 minutes left to play here in our first half. Two-way, a 4-1 lead by way of goals from Sam Kelleher, and followed by Owen Moret, Parker Burris, and Liam Doherty. This ball hits the turf. Quick pickup and shot. That was Parker Burris looking for his second goal of the game, third of the day. McGinty along the far sideline trying to scoop up that loose ball. Duke's defenders trying to do the same. Thrown towards the middle of the field and still loose. Talon Fry kicks it ahead. Two blue jerseys in the area, just one white jersey, now some more whites. And nice pickup there. That's Boris looking for help. Now ball in the stick of Marshner. Marshner tackled down to the ground and a draw flag.
While they're sorting that out, let's take a look at the previous goal.
It's a nice one there from Charlesworth. Yeah, that was off that feed from the goalie, DePetris.
Seen DePetris make a lot of plays on the ball, making a real effort to distribute to his guys up front, his forwards.
Absolutely, yeah. Hey, goalie, obviously you're in between the pipes, got to make the saves, but just as important is kickstarting the transition the other way. And if you can get a goalie that can place it into a basket like DePetris seemingly has been here today, there's Tuttle. That's his first goal of this game, fourth of the afternoon. That gives two-way now a 5-1 lead. Nice look there from the sophomore at the Brunswick School. We'll get that replay here. Again, just a couple steps north of goal line extended, goes stick side low against DePetris. And you go back to the face-off stripe. Alex Vlasto matched up with Kehan Patak. This one won by Vlasto over the ball back on the ground. Vlasto fighting for it. And it will be Charlesworth who comes away with the loose ball. Approaching 4:30 to play in our first half. Charlesworth matched up with, that's Alex Vlasto. Two-way makes a defensive change to get Vlasto off the field. He is the face-off man for two-way lacrosse. Here's Fry trying to get a hand free. Looked like he was going to try to let a shot go with his right, then got it back to his left. Thought, oh, maybe he's going to take a shot there. Here comes Becker down the right alley, forced south of goal line extended, and in comes a penalty flag. And that shot there off the mark from Mason Smith. So two-way a 5-1 lead, and they're about to go on the man down here. Opportunity for Dukes. Try to get one of these goals back, trailing by 4. We're approaching 3 minutes left to play in our first half. Again, our final of 3 class of 2028 games. We'll have 3 more games to follow, all class of 2027, set to start at 2:30, 3:30, and 4:30 here this afternoon. Shot from Talon Fry off the mark. Left-handed shot wide of the far pipe. Just to make sure that you all know, there's some more lacrosse following this game. Split screen with Red Zone. Probably the best bet for you. Here's Smith. Covered closely by Maxon Nijadlik. Nijadlik?
Wow.
Nijadlik, I think is what I've been saying. We got a goal there for Dukes. Off the stick of who I looked down trying to figure out Nijadlik's
Looks like
name.
Mason
Was it,
Smith.
say Smith or Ellis? 21 Smith?
21.
Very nice.
Take a look at the replay.
And that's going to make the score 5-2. Here's the replay.
Here, let me skip you ahead a little bit. Too much, but it was Mason Smith.
Now a 5-2 lead for two-way. As I believe we're inside 2 minutes. We are. And again, it's not like that's a concrete 2 minutes. They've kind of just been calling it as they see fit. Nice ground ball by Mason Smith following the recent goal. Looking for trying to get one more. He's all tangled up. And now trying to come up with the ground ball here is Gabe Ryan. And he's going to take a push to the back, loose ball push. Possession will stay right here with Dukes. So it's James McGinty playing some tough defense. Pass in front, nice cut there by Chris Tuhin, and even better find by Gabe Ryan. To no avail. Connor Mulligan now controls behind. As we hit the minute mark. Here's Mulligan matched up with Christopher Horner. And Mulligan down to the turf. And it's going to draw a whistle.
Taking a quick look at that goal again. Nope.
Here's Gabe Ryan. Swung across the top of the restraining box. Now to the far wing. Here's Mason Smith. To his left, back to his right. Tried to get it to Mason Ellis. Ball on the ground. Kicked ahead towards midfield. And a really nice ground ball. Alex McCormack. Can he finish it? Ball skied up into the air. And Kelleher will snag the loose ball. Excuse me, it might have been, rather than McCormack, it probably was Kelleher who had that nifty ground ball coming across midfield. A turnover. Duke's going the other way. We're inside 10 seconds on our scoreboard, our clock. And that's going to end our half. A 5-2 two-way lead after 24 minutes of lacrosse. Don't go anywhere, as again, we're live right here on YouTube from the Chase Fieldhouse with the preview series. 24 minutes of lacrosse here for the class of 2028's two-way and Duke's Elite on the other side. Don't go anywhere. And as we're back, ladies and gentlemen, you see that schedule right there. The class of 2027's coming up next, 2:30 start for two-way and Team 10. Team 10 will be the team replacing Dukes for the group of 3 for that class of 2027. It'll be two-way, BBL, as well as Team 10 out of Pennsylvania. I believe Malvern is where they officially kind of have their roots staked. So we're into quarter number 3, a 5-2 two-way lead. As 2A, this class of 2028 team has dominated both against BBL and now here against Dukes. Pass flipped in front, didn't find its intended target, and instead it's the new goalie checking in, James Kyle. As Mikey DePetros had half number 1 in this game, James Kyle will get half number 2. Same with two-way. I believe it was Reese Tooney there for half number 1. It'll be Luca Frisco, number 0, for half number 2. Here's Charlesworth. Down the alley to his right. Put the stick back in his left hand at the last second to increase that angle. And the shot skipped wide of our near pipe. Back up by Mason Ellis. As he draws Colton Berge. Quick slide came from Will Motland, Brunswick School sophomore, and shot from the outside from Logan Blair was off the mark. Blair, sophomore at Suderton Area High School. And Gabe Ryan will control behind. He's matched up with 22, Drew Beer. And Gabe Ryan able to get that shot up and over the shoulder of the new goalie, Frisco. First goal of the afternoon for Ryan. And then he'll make it 5-2-3. Two-way on top. We'll see the replay again right here. It's a nice spin move to increase that angle and then up over the off stick side, so up over the right shoulder there of the goalie, Luca Frisco. All that Frisco could really do is kind of just toss that shoulder up as close as he could to that upper 90 corner and just try to, take as much goal away as possible, just unable to get there in time. Quick face-off win by Dukes. Chance here to try to string some goals together. Shot off the mark from Ellis. Ball on the ground, recovered by Gabe Ryan. And a flag to come in. Ryan took a big check there, a big slash. It'll be one of these two blue jerseys, 24 or 22, to head off to the sideline. It's going to be number 24, Max Marshner. So a 1-minute penalty upcoming here against 2A, a 6-on-5 man advantage opportunity for Dukes Elite. Number 10 club team in the U.S., number 2 in the state for the class of 2028 classification, or more so age class, I should say. As Dukes man up, trying to cut this 2-goal deficit in half down to 1. Got a full minute here on the power play to try to do so. It's Connor Mulligan for Fry. Or excuse me, that was 21, Mason Smith. Thank you, Zach. You don't even have him in front of you. You probably at this point know him better than me.
I can't pretend that I do.
Here's Ellis. One more, finds its way to the far wing for Talon Fry. His left-handed underhand shot off the mark. Here's Mulligan. Penalty has been released. We're back to all even. Becker to Talon Fry along the far wing. He's matched up with Liam Doherty. Fry, an academy of the New Church sophomore, plays it behind for Mulligan. Hun School. To the point for Becker. Played behind for Mason Smith. Smith finds Connor Mulligan, and that was a right-handed underhand snipe right there from Mulligan along our near wing. Just off the mark from the near pipe. But the backup by Dukes Elite will keep the possession right here. Coming up on 7 minutes left to play in our third quarter of our third and final game for the class of 2028s. 3 games to follow, all for the class of 2027. Start at 2:30, 3:30, and at 4:30. Full day here from the Chase Fieldhouse. That shot from Mason Smith off the mark. Mason Becker will go chase it down along the far sideline in the far corner. He he draws the matchup with James McGinty. Or excuse me, that's double eights, 88 Will Motland. Now here's Smith. Guarded closely by Christopher Horner. Able to get a step on his defender and above goal line. Extended, however, the shot off the mark. Duke's putting together a good long possession here. And a lot of good opportunities, creating a lot of good chances. Here's Fry, sticking his left hand, was in his left hand the entire way in an attempt to try to make sure he had a good angle. And it was a nice save by Luca Frisco. Stick side high, keeps our score at 5-3. Liam Doherty plays it to our near sideline, right in front of us. Drew Beard across midfield. Hands it off for Sam Kelleher. Kelleher backs it out. Beard will make his way back to midfield. And now settling things down is, it was 17. Chris Horner. And now the ball in the stick of Parker Barris. 2 goals here this afternoon, 1 goal in each game. And now Fournier. Been quiet here in this game, had 4 goals in the first game for 2-way. Here's Barros to his right, back to the middle of the field for Tuttle. Tuttle hands it off to his left for Topor. 5 minutes left to play in our third quarter. Topor moving to his right, passes it to his left, and some tic-tac-toe passing. I think that was Austin Tuttle. It was number 50 in blue. His second goal of the game, 5th of the afternoon. That extends 2A's lead to 6-3.
Here's that replay of that goal. Pass from Parker, right away.
Yeah, it's just a good job of spatial awareness, knowing where he was on the field, knowing where the defenders were, and just knowing that, hey, I got to just make this catch, turn, and I'm going to have a clear shot on goal. It was a good job there by Austin Tuttle. Again, his second goal of the game, 5th goal of the afternoon for the Brunswick School sophomore attackman. Wearing number 50 in blue. Been a big day for Tuttle, Fournier, James McGinty putting together a good afternoon as well as Parker Barris. Dukes trying to settle after winning the faceoff, and a great trail check as Nathan Smith gets pickpocketed, and what a catch and finish. So let's start with the check. Drew Beer just completely detwigged. Well, he didn't cause Smith to lose his stick, but a great job by Drew Beer. Started that whole sequence with the trail check from behind, the ground ball, and then just what a pass.
Let's see if we can get this full sequence.
Certainly, yeah, if we can. Let's see. There was the trail check and the loose ball from Beer. And he's about to find a streaking Colton Berge as he's losing his footing. And 6 in blue makes it 6-3 or 7-3. I think 7-3 here
yes.
up to this point. So back-to-back goals there for 2-way. For Berge, it's his first of the game, second of the afternoon. And Duke's not going home without a fight, trailing by 4, a face-off win. And Logan Blair will carry behind the goal. Solid, crisp passing here from Dukes. And white jersey ended up in the crease. But it will be a push into the crease. It was 44 Connor Mullins, or Mulligan, excuse me. 44 Connor Mulligan.
I just want to see.
Who ended up in the crease, I'm sorry.
We might have enough time. I want to get this in slow motion again, just because I'm amazed by this. And we do have a little bit of time, it looks as like.
Yeah, a little bit of a stoppage. Look at this catch.
Catch, and then in one motion, the shot. Unreal.
That was a good find there, Zach. Great job by Colton Berge to keep his footing and just, the concentration there to follow that pass all the way in, and then obviously, you're losing your footing just to have the wherewithal to just fling it towards goal. What a job. As Mason Smith will check back in for Duke's Elite. Took a break on the sideline momentarily. As two-way leads Duke's Elite 7-3. Ball loose in front. And Frisco trying to find it. Goes for a walk, or a run, I should say, all the way around the goal. And then Mason Ellis, a sniper shot off the mark. Mulligan will kickstart it. Wide open Mason Ellis. His shot off the mark, righty sidearm shot. Mulligan carried north, the goal line extended. And now he'll attack his matchup with Maxon Nijelak. And a triple team there from two-way on Talon Fry. Didn't really stand too much of a chance there. Streaking downfield is Drew Beer. And Beer was trying to find a teammate. I think it was Tuttle was the teammate he was trying to find, and pass was off the mark. You see there on the far sideline, Team 10 has arrived. Two-way is going to be in this left corner, wearing the black jerseys. There they are, the 2027s getting ready to play next. And here's a goal for Dukes. Let's see, that's 14 in white. Question is, I don't have a 14 here on my sheet.
Let's take a look at the replay.
14, yeah, we'll get a look at this replay. 41, that's Logan Blair, hands it off for 14. And I don't have a 14, but that's a goal for number 14 in white for Duke's Elite.
Makes it 7-4.
In the end of the third quarter, so I'll step aside momentarily. Quick catch of the breath. And we'll be back. Fourth quarter for, again, this is the third and final game here for the class of 2028. So we appreciate you all watching and listening from home. So we'll be right back. The preview series. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, 12 more minutes here for the class of 2028 to shine here at the preview series from Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. It's been a great day of lacrosse. It's now our 6th of 9th game that we're looking to conclude in the next 12 minutes or so. Or next 12 minutes, again, this is running clock, so not 12 minutes or so. Within the next 12 minutes. As all these student athletes doing a fantastic job here on this beautiful Sunday. The 2029's up early with us as we had games start at 8:30, 9:30, and 10:30 between these three groups, two-way, BBL, and Duke's Elite, and then followed that by the 2028s, which is wrapping up here. BBL, two-way, and Duke's Elite. And then for the 2027s to follow, it'll be two-way, BBL, and we'll see Team 10 first. Team 10 out of this Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. Luca Bartolotta working east-west, sticking his right hand as he got to the middle of the field, let a right-handed shot go. It was off the mark. So the possession will stay right here with two-way after the backup. And the ball in the stick of Aiden Fournier. No-look pass-esque-ish. Wasn't exactly no-look. Could see where he was looking, but a great job there to kind of just sell it with the body language. And then a great job by Gavin Topor, his first goal of the afternoon. And that'll give two-way an 8-4 lead. There's that replay here. Topor running through some stick checks, and I think if I'm 67, I mean, I was never a defender, never used the pole in lacrosse, but you got to go out with the stick in front of you. Got to have that thing extended out and hit the hands as soon as possible. Can't have it down at your side. We'll let the coaches coach, though. Here's Tuttle. And settling down is James McGinty. 2 goals in the first game here for two-way. Brunswick School sophomores will slow things down. 10 minutes left to play. As I mentioned, will be followed by the class of 2027. About some updated 2027 recruiting class rankings from inside lacrosse. North Carolina at the top. Notre Dame, number 2, has 4 5-star recruits for North Carolina. They have 6 5-stars. There's a goal from Tuttle. His 3rd of the game, now a hat trick in both games for big number 50, Austin Tuttle. And is now 9-4, 2 ways on top.
Here's that replay.
Jab step, got the defender to bite.
Every time it seems as though number 50 Tuttle is touching the ball, gets the ball, he is looking to shoot it as fast as possible.
And even there, it was just that quick jab step that got the defender to continue the defender's momentum forward. And that's what forced him, or helped him get to the middle of the field there to get that open look. So great job there by Tuttle. Again, all these class of 2028s are uncommitted. Again, just a few of them that I had among the 3 teams that really had any high school varsity stats of note. Mason Smith being one of them, number 21 in white. This is Mason Ellis. Also was a contributing player for Springfield. Mason Ellis at LaSalle College High School. So really it was those two, the 2 Masons, Ellis and Smith, as well as Evan Kong for BBL. And that ball hit that woman over there in that far corner. I told you, they got to be careful over there.
You did call it out. You called it out an hour ago.
I warned them. And hey, that was before when Aiden Fournier was letting those shots rip here from right in front of us.
Oh, right, yeah.
So is he back? No, they're on the other side. They're down here.
I don't understand. I can't find the guy on offense on the defensive zone. Bad joke, I'm sorry.
As I point him out on the far side. 9-4 two-way leads. We're approaching 7 minutes left to play. Our 2027 team's getting ready. Two-way getting ready to our left. Team 10 getting ready to our right.
And a good goal by Dukes.
It's Connor Mulligan, his first goal of the afternoon for the attackman. And that'll make the score 9-5 as Dukes tries to put together a comeback here. That was a good look there.
Good look, good way to stay with it. Dukes, they're not giving up. They're here to fight, and they're going to play it out. I like it.
And here we got a lockup on the face-off. Haven't had too many of these this afternoon. And coming away with it is Kian Patak. He was matched up with, that was Alex Vlasto, I believe. Number 98 it was, yes. So first time we really had much of a lockup on the face-off. Body hit the turf. And across midfield is Bartolotta in two-way. And a big collision there. Whew. Garrett Baroob took a shot, and he's slow to get up. And there's the whistles.
Yeah.
To bring some help his way. He got hit hard there.
Did not see that kid there at all as he was going for that spin.
And he was in the air. It looked like he was like in the process of jumping. We'll see it again here. Yep, in the process of sort of jumping and trying to turn to his backside, and he got hit hard.
But he's walking off on his own power.
Great to see Brady Rainwright, the sophomore, number 35 in white, making sure that Garrett Baroob had nowhere further to go north up the field. Will be just a quick stoppage and a restart. Two-way to keep possession here. Parker Barris will initiate as we approach 5 minutes left to play.
And there's number 99.
Mr. Fournier had 4 goals in the first game against BBL. He's been quiet in this one, at least on the score sheet. And two-way, an errant pass out of play along our near sideline. Inside 5 minutes. And Dukes try to get across midfield. And try to see if they can add to this lead. It's Chris Toohey across midfield, hands it off for number 14 in white, who I unfortunately don't have a name for. See if I can get his backside. Let's see, his jersey, Tinsley. I don't have a Tinsley on my roster here, so maybe just another add-on from our teams. Ball currently sticking Mason Becker along the far sideline. He's matched up with Bartolotta. And Bartolotta, it looked like he had one hand on his stick in a poke check. Jars the ball loose. He gets taken down to the turf, and a body went flying over him, and he ended up losing his helmet. That'll get us to some sort of stoppage here. Looks like they're going to call a loose ball push. Now keep possession right here with two as we're inside 4 minutes. It's a wide open Max and Nijadlik. Austin Tuttle. And now for Christopher Horner. And Aiden Fournier. Strong showing here from this two-way class of 2028 team today. 2 big wins, 10-4 over BBL, and probably going to get a very similar score here, 9-5, or they can tally on another goal or two, possibly 10 or 11-5 here for two-way. Here's Tuttle looking for his 4th goal of the game and possibly 7 on the day. Fournier was looking for his 5th goal of the day, 1st of the game. Shot off the mark. It'll stay right here, as James McGinty had the backup for two-way. Takes a pick from Tuttle. North of goal line, extended right-handed shot off the mark, just wide of the far high corner. It'll be Tuttle from behind the goal. Turns on the Jets. And a switch off defensively from Dukes. Good passing there as Fournier came cutting through. Here's Tuttle. Cut to the middle of the field and gets the ball dislodged. Ball, however, bounces its way to James McGinty, his right-handed shot off the mark after the quick hesitation. It'll be Fournier from our near sideline. So we had 2 minutes. Fournier down the alley, left-handed sidearm shot is saved. That's James Kyle in cage for Duke's Elite. Now Isaac Barone for 26, Kevin Stahl. And across midfield finds the stick of Mason Smith. $1:30 left to play here. Defender goes down to the ground. Smith using his big body. Matched up with James McGinty. And back to Smith at the top of the restraining box. Here's Blair. As we approach 1 minute left to play here for, again, what is game 6 of 9 in the preview series from Chase Fieldhouse. Pass off the mark. It was Chris Toohey trying to find, that's Connor Mulligan, who was along goal line, extended along our near sideline. As we hit the 1 minute mark, you can hear the 1 minute from the officials and the coaches down on the sideline. It's Liam Doherty across midfield. And it's going to bring up a whistle. It's going to be an offsides called against two-way as they were trying to resettle. A big collision there. McGinty and Charlesworth. Charlesworth with the left-handed shot as he was making his way to the crease area. Trying to get one more here. That's Gabe Ryan. Has a goal here this afternoon in this game. Loose ball. Long goal line extended along our near wing. Going to draw another whistle from our near sideline official. Possession will stay right here with Dukes. 15 seconds left on our clock. I already hear digits getting counted down on the field. One more from Mason Smith up over the stick side high of Luca Frisco. So one more there for Smith, his first goal of the game, first goal of the day, and that'll be your final two-way, a 9-6 win. So that'll wrap it up for the class of 2028. 3 games started, 3 games done, two-way, 2 wins, and BBL took down Dukes in the first game of these 3. So there's your schedule. Momentarily set to start at 2:30. We've got 2A class of 2027 taking on Team 10, the new entrant here, joining our preview series. So don't go anywhere. Some high-powered, big-time lacrosse coming up. Bunch of juniors about to take the field. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the preview series live on YouTube, RDPLEX Films.